Sit down. No, I'm leaving. You sit down.
He will be back at practicing. He's trying to see if everybody will work in connection.
Wow.
That's a good start.
Thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out today. Let's hear it for you guys. Well, good afternoon. My name is Perry Kurtz. Can everybody see me where you are? I want to make sure you can see me in my jacket. All right, just want to make sure. Liberace may have passed on, but I got to say that's what matters. My name is Perry Kurtz. I'm 63 years old. I'm not necessarily just here to entertain you. I'm also looking for a place to live. So my big question is, how's the food?
Good.
That's what I'm looking for. Good food's important. Well, as I said, my name is Perry Kurtz. I'm 63 years old. I am a comedian. I've been doing comedy for 40 years. This is all I've ever done. I don't know anything else. I don't think I could handle a day job. And I'm here today to try and get you to laugh, maybe sing, and hopefully most of you will stay awake. How many people are asleep right now? Just a couple people, good day. They're the ones I'm looking for, the ones that raising their hands.
I was kidding.
Well, my show is a little bit different than most of the shows you're going to see because my show is really about you. You are here for me, I am here for you. So I want to ask you questions so that I can give you the right material so that you will laugh. Like that. So what we want to do first is have a practice laugh. Laughter is good for you. It creates a chemical in your brain called endorphins, which helps you feel stress-free and make you feel good. So on the count of 3, I want everybody to put their arms up in the air and laugh as hard as you can for the count of 3. Ready? Put your hands up. 1, 2, 3, laugh. All right, that's very good. You guys got a couple over here going, I'm not putting my arms up for you. I don't know you there. All right, now I'm going to be talking with you, not to you. The difference is you are part of my show, and so I want to find out about you to make sure that I'm going to give you the right material. So I want to ask you some questions. If your answer is yes to any of these questions, what I want you to do, I don't want you to have to applaud or put your hands up. I want you to make a sound very popular in the Deep South. If your answer is yes to any of these questions, I want you to go, ee-haw! All right, see, the women like it because women just like to make noise. So on the count of 3, everybody go ee-haw as hard and as long as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ee-haw! Very good. All right, you did great. Now remember, if your answer is yes, just go ee-haw. First question, how many people are seeing me today for the first time? Okay, how many have never seen me before? All right, how many know this guy? No, this guy right here. Hi, we were waiting for you. Make yourselves to home.
Oh, you can start again.
We'll start over, okay. Hi, my name is Perry Kurtz. I'm 63 years old. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm looking for a place to live. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
All right, how many people here have dementia?
You.
All right, because the reason I'm asking, I just want to know if I can do my whole act over every 10 minutes. Because my mother's 83 years old. She has dementia, and she lives in Philadelphia, which is where I'm from. Do we have anybody from Philadelphia?
I lived near there for a while.
Where at?
In Winston.
All right, that's in that area, but that's close enough. It's the right state. Pittsburgh, that's a good area. Yeah, my mother's 83. She's got dementia. When I call her up, she doesn't know what's going on. I call her up, I go, hi, Mom. She goes, who's this? This is Perry. Perry? I have a son named Perry. Mom, this is your son. Perry? Yes, this is Perry. Do you know Perry? Mom, this is Perry. I have a brother named Victor. You know Victor too? No, Mom, this is Perry. Are they there right now? Mom, it's okay. How are you, Mom? And I go right into it. But I'm glad that I'm making it. You guys should be happy too because you made it to this point. People are always afraid to say how old they are. Never, ever, ever be ashamed to tell people how old you are. You know why? You made it. Think of all the people that are younger than you, that you went to school with, that you grew up with, that didn't make it. People survive because they want to. The key is to want to. If you want to do something, it doesn't matter what it is, you will figure out a way of doing it. So never, ever, ever, ever give up the ship, which is from an old movie and nobody seems to remember which one. Thank you. Hi, we were waiting for you too. We saved you a seat over there in the corner. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So a little bit about myself so you know who you're dealing with. As I said, I'm 63 years old. I have been married to the same woman for 24 years in a row. I say in a row because this is Los Angeles. People don't usually last out here. And we met online dating. I don't know if you've heard about this. People date on the computer. And what you do is you type in, you log in, you put your name, your password, and then you go to the website and a picture pops up. And if you like them, you say yes. If you don't, you go no. Well, in those days, back in the 90s, we didn't have pictures. We didn't even have color. Everything was black and white, and it was so slow that when you would type your name out, it would build itself dot by dot. I would type my name Perry and it would come up on the screen and would go doot, 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 doot. That was just a P alone. By the time I got my name finished printing on the screen, my wife made a sandwich, ate it, and digested it. So we talked online for about 3 days, and then she came over to my house. She drove out there, and we fell in love instantly. It was magical. Have you ever met somebody and you talk to them, and it's like, oh, the most unbelievable thing in the world? And one of the things I liked about her, she had a good sense of humor, and she had a southern accent. Do we have anybody from the deep south, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi? Anybody from down there? No. Down in the south, they have what's called a southern drawl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Everything sounds like this.
Yeah.
But they don't just say hello. When they walk up to you, they stretch the words out. They go, hi!
Hello.
How are you? What's up? They take their time when they walk. They take their time when they talk. They take their time when they drive because they know they're probably never getting out of there. God bless you. So be happy you're in California. So my wife is from South Carolina, and we went out for about 6 months. And then one day she says to me, oh, why don't you come out to my house? She lived out in the valley. I was out in Marina Del Rey. So I go out to her house. I walk in there. There's a guy sitting on the couch. And there's a little baby crawling around the floor. And there's a little boy and a little girl playing in the corner. And I said, honey, who are these kids? And she just starts laughing. I guess I forgot to tell you. I have children. And I'm sitting there like this, looking for the first door to get out of the house. You ever hear the saying, you don't get involved with somebody that has baggage? My wife owned Samsonite. But the kids were cute, they were smart, they didn't look anything like me. So we moved in together as a family. We lived together for 1.5 years, and I realized the kids never knew their father. They didn't have a father, and I figured, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke cigarettes, I would be a good father. So one day at dinner, I put a little gold ring on everybody's finger, and I got down beside the dining room table and I said, I'd like to ask the 4 of you to marry me. And they all looked at each other, and my son, who was then 7 years old, goes, yeah, whatever, can we just eat now? So the ladies are laughing because, you know, boys are not that romantic, are they? You have to explain to them how to spell the word. So we wound up getting married at City Hall in downtown Los Angeles. Now, again, by EHAs, how many people have been married? EHA. Okay. How many people are still married? Anybody? A couple people? All right. Now, those of you that got married, I'm sure you had a very nice wedding. You had your family. You had your friends. You had dancing. Maybe you had a band, or worst case, you had a disc jockey. But at least it was a nice place. We got married in City Hall. I walked up to the counter and I said, hi, we'd like to get married. The guy goes, oh, yeah, you'd like to get married? I said, no, we want to get married. He goes, yeah, you get married. I said, no, we want to get married. He goes, married? I said, married. Married, okay, can we just get married while we're here? He goes, yeah, you sit in the corner. We call you when we're ready. I said, we wait for you when you're ready. You call us. And I sat down. About 20 minutes later, I heard, Sarah and Perry, please come in. I walk in, it's the same guy. Now he's wearing judge's robes. And he's speaking in perfect English. The accent had gone out the window. It's like he took the Rosetta Stone while we were waiting. And he reads everything off, and I got my wife over there, and I got the kids between us. And he finally gets to the point, he goes, now, Sarah, do you take Perry to be your lawfully wedded husband? She goes, I do. And he said, Perry, do you take these people to be your family? And I looked and I said, yeah, I guess so, I'm here. Yeah, see, the ladies are laughing because that was not a smart thing to say. Yeah, guys, be careful. Women never forget anything you do if it's stupid. They remember it forever, and they know just when to throw it back in your face every time you mess up, which from what I hear is every 7.5 hours. So we got married, and we went on our honeymoon. I had a gig. When you're in show business and you have somewhere to go to play and appear and entertain, it's called a gig. So I had a paying gig, and we spent our honeymoon in Barstow. Yeah, Barstow. Yeah, some people go to Vegas, some people go to Atlantic City, or New York, or at least Los Angeles. We went to Barstow. Barstow is a small town. This one street is a loop. You pull in, there's a sign that says, welcome to, thank you for coming. And there's a lot of inbreeding in Barstow. We actually met people who are their own parents.
Oh my God.
We have more teeth than everybody in the town put together. So now my kids are grown up. The youngest one is 22, the other one's 29, and my oldest daughter is 30 years old. And my wife wanted more children, but I did not want to have children because I was a hippie back in the 60s. I had long hair, I smoked my body weight in pot, and they said that if you do, yeah, at least, maybe more. And I went to art school. You don't have a choice in art school. And I thought that if I had a child, it would be distorted. It would come out with an extra arm or a finger growing out of its head or something like that. So I did not want to reproduce. Plus, there's a law in Los Angeles about trolls having children. So I didn't want to have kids. So my wife was on birth control. One day, 11 years ago, she says to me, honey, I've got good news or bad news. I said, I don't like the sound of that. She said, well, we'll see. I said, what? She says, I'm pregnant. And I looked at her and I said, any idea who the father is? She didn't think that was very funny. She looks at me and goes, that's one, don't push your luck. And she says, no, I'm pretty sure it's you. And I said, okay. And I went and I sat down for about 30 minutes, and I just sat there looking at the floor going, I'm going to have a baby. Me. I'm a comedian. I'm out every night in comedy clubs. I'm around drunk people all the time. I'm going to raise a child. I didn't think I could get my wife pregnant because of my age. I didn't think I had anything left inside my body except dust. So I was amazed. And I got used to it finally, and then I watched my wife grow and grow and grow, and she got bigger and bigger. She got so big that she actually had extra stomachs orbiting around her one stomach. That's how big she was. And then 5 weeks before the baby was due, she had horrible pain. The vein in her head was popping out. I took her to the hospital. Doctor examined her and said, Mr. Kurtz, we've got 20 minutes to get the baby out of your wife, or she's going to die. And I looked at him, I said, can you give me 30 minutes to think about that? He looked at me and said, what are you, a comedian? I said, yes, I am. He said, go sit down. We'll call you when she's in there if you want to come in during the operation. So I sat and I waited. All of a sudden I said, all right, if you'd like to come into the room. I come in there, and they got her tied down to the table. The doctor had cut her stomach open, and he's got both hands inside of her, and he's pulling things out like he lost a watch in a drawer. Just pulling stuff out and dumping it back in. Meanwhile, he's talking to the nurses about renting cars. Nothing about delivering a child. He's going, so where'd you go for your vacation? Oh, Vegas. Oh, who'd you rent with? Oh, what's that? No, really? No, I use Enterprise. Hey, take my wallet out. I got a card in there. I'll get it this way. I said, do you know what you're doing? He said, yeah, I do. I said, is my baby in there? He goes, hey, it's not my first rodeo. I said, how many times have you done this? He said, 2 or 3. I went, what? You know, 2,000 or 3,000. Gotcha. Ah. Puts his hand back in, finally pulls her out, and she was this big. 5 pounds. I could not believe it. He handed her to me. Now, those of you that have had children, you know when you look into the eyes of your first child, there is nothing more beautiful. Nothing will touch your heart like seeing your little baby look up at you for the first time, and they look up at you and they go. They look at everything except you. And I started to cry. I can't believe I have a baby. I can't believe I've reproduced. Are you nuts? And they said, would you like to cut the cord? I said, what? He says, cut the umbilical cord. I said, you're going to give me scissors? So they gave me these little scissors with a round tip. They put her on a table, and they said, all right, just cut the cord. Now, I thought it was going to be soft like this, was just going to go snip. No, it's like this. It's like steel. So I got to go to cut the umbilical cord, and it won't stay in the scissors. It keeps sliding out. I go to squeeze it, and it goes. So I'm chasing her umbilical cord around her stomach. I turn around, they're all laughing, they're high-fiving, they got cameras out, they're calling their friends. We got another one! Finally they came over and said, here, we'll help you, and they held it. And then they all like, oh, we got him, that was good. So we take her home, we named her Bella, and she was home, I guess it was about 2 or 3 weeks, and she was in the bassinet one night. And I come walking through the bedroom in the middle of the night after going to the bathroom, and I hear, and I looked around because I thought the devil was in my apartment. Did you ever hear the devil in a movie or TV? They always sound like that. I am the devil. I'm Lucifer. I think just once they should change his voice. Make him sound like Ethel Merman. Have him come out dancing, I'm the devil. I think it'd be much more entertaining. So I just kept on walking, then I hear it again. And the smell hit me. And my nose hairs and my eyebrows burst into flame. I fell to the floor and I crawled into the bed next to my wife. I said, honey, what is that horrible smell coming out of our daughter? And she said, oh, it's from the baby food. I said, what? She said, you give it to them when they go to sleep and it helps to clear the gas out of their system. And I said, okay, whatever, I went to sleep. A couple nights later, my wife got into a discussion with my kids. They wanted to watch some Disney show. She wanted to watch a cop show. She said, you kids go just watch what you want. I'm going to bed. So she went to bed. Now, I didn't think that was the appropriate way to deal with it. I would have sat there and watched the show with them. So that night, I waited for her to go to bed, and I ate some baby food. And I waited until my stomach was going, making noises. I figured, this is the time to go to bed. So I crawled into the bed, and I woke my wife up and said, honey, pull my finger. She pulled it and screamed, what is that horrible smell? And I looked and I said, baby food. Good night, honey. And I went to sleep. Because sometimes you got to entertain yourselves, right? Sometimes there's nobody else there to make you laugh. So now my little daughter, Bella, just turned 10 years old last weekend. And she is beautiful. I know she's beautiful because I have women come up to me all the time and they all say the same thing. Your daughter is so pretty. Your wife must be stunning. Do I get some credit for showing up? But people never believe it, so I brought a picture of her.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Yes, I did that. I'm so proud of her. And the thing is, she's so young, and you know, I'm up there. I take her out to karaoke a lot. She loves to sing. And one time we went out and she got done singing and a lady walks up to her and says, honey, you are just adorable. And I come walking up and I put my arm around her head because I'm very protective of my daughter. Now there's 7 women talking to her. And she goes, you're beautiful. You're just so pretty. And who's this man? Is this your grandpa? She takes my arm off of her head, walks up to the lady and says, lady, that's a bad way to start a conversation. This is my father. He made me. And backs up. Now she's grown up, she's 10 years old, she's this tall. She does stand-up comedy with me. She writes her own jokes. Next week we're doing 2 shows together. First joke she wrote at 6 years old. Why did the chicken cross the road? He was tired of being cooped up. And And she got a little tricky. Why was the skeleton afraid to cross the road? He had no guts.
That's good.
And then at 8 years old, she got real creative. Why did the rooster cross the road? The chicken was on vacation. Yes, she got a great imagination. So I just love being with her. And because she's around comedians, she doesn't take any crap from anybody. She'll just throw it back in her face. We went to a Denny's restaurant, and she wanted to get a separate plate to put her food on because kids don't like their food to touch. Remember that? They always wanted little separate trays. She said, I'll get the waiter. I said, I'll get it. She says, no, Dad. You told me I need to be more assertive. I went, okay. So she calls the waiter. Excuse me, waiter, waiter. He doesn't hear her. I said, I'll get him. She said, Dad, I got this covered. She stands up on the seat in the booth and starts yelling to the guy all the way on the other end of the restaurant. Hello? Hello, over here. There's a little girl calling you. Over here. Hello, excuse me. Yeah, you. Hello? Could you come here? Could you come here? Hello? That's it. And he's going to the little turnstiles, walking back and forth through the little divider. You can't really see him. He finally is like 20 feet away. He's almost there and she's going, that's it. You're doing good. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. And he gets right in her face. And he goes, can I help you, ma'am? And she goes, yes. Could I get an extra plate? And he looks at her and goes, so you want an extra plate? And she goes, I'm sorry. Didn't I just nicely ask you for an extra plate? And his face goes white. He goes, I'm really sorry, ma'am. I'll get you your extra plate. And he walks away like this. So I am just so glad to have her. And I know a lot of you've got children. Anybody here with children? Go hee-haw.
Yeah.
Just one. The rest of you don't have any children? How many people are still here today? How many don't know where you are? All right, just to the back. And how many really don't care at this point? All right, that's what I want to find out. Let me grab a quick drink over here. By the way, how about a round of applause for the lady who got me here? Please put your hands together for Trish over there working in the biggest office I've ever seen. The office with no walls. It's great. You're always accessible. They can get to you at any time. You can't ever hide. That's nice. And how about around here's one of the ladies here helping you guys out. How about a round of applause for all the people that help you out? Put your hands together for them. She's bringing you something to drink. Anybody else need anything? Couple shots? Oh, you need a tequila? I think we're going to be carrying you out of here in a couple minutes. I think you already had a few drinks, didn't you?
Not yet.
Not yet. She rolled her eyes. She went, not yet, but I'm ready. Yeah, I don't drink. I haven't had alcohol since 1974. I stopped drinking. I had one bad experience in Atlantic City. See, I turned 21 in, 1972. And I had never had alcohol until I turned 21. And I was not good with it, but I have a sweet tooth. I love chocolate. That's how I became diabetic. And I was in Atlantic City drinking double shots of Southern Comfort.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. You know what Southern Comfort? It's very strong. It's very sweet. This is the stuff that killed Janis Joplin, and she was almost a man. Well, I'm drinking double shots of this, chased with a Coca-Cola, no ice. And a big cowboy trucker comes in and sits down and goes, man, a little man like you drinking all that thing, you can drink more, little man? And I looked, I said, are you buying? He said, yes, I am. He bought me, and I drank 6 more double shots of Southern Comfort. That's 3/4 of a bottle. So he got up and left, and I tried to get up, but I turned into liquid mercury and slowly slid off my stool. And I was laying there face down on the floor saying to myself, well, I'm really drunk. It should be easy to meet a woman now. Guys really think they're sexy because they can mumble and drool at the same time. So I went over across the street to the bar, and I was talking to women, and everybody was just ignoring me. They were blowing me off, telling me to get out of their face. And I got depressed, and I walked out of the bar, and I crossed the street, and I walked out to the dock, looking into the Atlantic Ocean in Atlantic City, and I'm watching the water go by in the waves, and I was crying. I was drunk. Nobody loves me.
Poor dear.
Oh. I don't want to go on anymore. Ah! I'm gonna kill myself.
They said,
Ah! And I stepped off the dock. Sticking out 6 feet down was another dock that I didn't see. I landed on it, hit my head, knocked myself out. I woke up the next morning in jail. My friend bails me out $1,000 because it was a Coast Guard dock. And I had climbed 2 10-foot chain link fences to get to that dock. I don't remember any of it. All I remember was the bump on my head. And he said, "Do you remember anything?" I said, "Well, last night I remember talking to a little black girl in the corner." And he said, "Black girl, you were on your knees talking to a bar stool." So I do not drink. But as I said, I am diabetic. I do take a lot of medication, and that's one of the things that I really hate about getting older is all the medications we have to take. I don't know if this happens to you, but it happens to me every time. No matter what I do, I have a handful of pills, and every time I go to put them up to my mouth, the tiniest pill in my hand falls out, hits the floor, and disappears off the face of the earth. Have you ever done that and you look for it and it's not there? There is a planet beyond Pluto that is made of all these little pills we can't find. So what I think they should do is make it easier for us. Give us all these little tiny blenders about that big. You put in a shot of milk, you put the pills in, and you drink it, and you're good. No muss, no fuss. Because it's not easy getting older. Everybody thinks, oh, it's easy, you just sit around at the rest home and you do nothing. Bull. It's not fun. And I'm getting tired of being called senior. I think we should be called vintage. Because vintage means you've been around for a while, you've been knocked down, but you're still working. And that's what's important. The key to life is to keep working. The saying is, if the brain walks, the body will follow. So you have to motivate yourself to stay active. If you can't walk, you're in a chair, have somebody push you around. But get out. Don't sit in your room and watch a TV all day. Interact with people. The brain is the most important thing because once it stops, you're done. So it's important to get out, talk to people, have fun, play games. Bingo is a great game. Couple reasons. Number one, you have to turn up your hearing aid to hear what they're saying. Number two, you have to use your eyes to find the number on the board. And number three, you have to try and get the chip on the board without knocking the rest of them off. So do that and talk to people. I was in a center a couple weeks ago and I said, what do you guys do for fun? Lady said, oh, when the newbies are here and one comes up and she's looking for a bathroom, I always send them to the other end of the building just to watch them waddle away. Because it's not easy. I know that because of my diabetes, I got arthritis, and 8 years ago I had my hip replaced. Do we have any hip replacements out there? Anybody have your hip replaced? No. Couple, one there and one in the back. Make things any better? The back didn't make your life at all better when you had the hip replaced? A little. A little. A little's enough, right? Yeah. Because it was terrible. I had so much pain because I had a bone spur, and when I would walk, it would go. So one time I was at the Improv in Hollywood, and I just finished the show, and there was this guy from New York, and he had an attitude. Now, New Yorkers generally think they're better than anybody else. Do we have any New Yorkers here? You ever hear a New Yorker talk? They all sound like they got a sandwich stuck in the side of their mouth. Like they ate and they're saving it. So they're like, how you doing? Yeah, how you? What's up? How you? Yeah, all right, yeah. Now, I'm from Philadelphia. It's similar, but it's not the same. Now, I don't have a California accent. I walk, but I don't walk. I turn on the light, but I don't turn on the light. Out there's like, how you doing? What's up? You know, and the difference between a New York mobster and a Philadelphia mobster is the way they move. In New York, when you owe them money, they'll come up and they'll go, hey, hey, hey. In Philadelphia, they add something, they go, hey, hey. Turns out we're all afraid of roosters. Yeah, so I'm there and I'm talking to some comics, and this one comic walks through and goes, yeah, I'm from New York. You know, we got the best comics. We're funnier than any of you guys. We're bad. I said, yeah, you're really a tough guy? He goes, that's right, I'm tough. Nothing bothers me. I said, really, give me your hand. He said, why? I said, just give me your hand. I put his hand on my hip and I lifted my leg and it went, and he ran out of the room crying. Yeah, they're tough guys. They can't handle a little noise. So I was going to get the operation, and then one night I had a horrible nightmare. I actually dreamt that I was on the operating table, and I heard the doctor say, "Nurse, I think I cut too deep."
Oh, dear.
And the nurse said, "Why do you think that, doctor?" He goes, "Because I'm scratching the table."
Oh, no.
Now that was a nightmare, but it was so real. I sat up in bed crying. I was afraid to go back to sleep, and it scared me enough that I put off the operation for 2 years. 2 years. And to live with the pain, I started taking this little pill that's very popular. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Vicodin. Yeah. Half the heads in the room just went like this. Yes, we know what Vicodin is. It's a painkiller. Very strong. But this pain was so bad, I was taking 10 to 20 pills every day. Now, it was working. I didn't feel any pain, but I couldn't feel anything from my neck down. I didn't know if I was going to the bathroom or not. There was a time I was at a club and I just got done with the show and I was thanking the producer. I said, "Thank you for letting me be here. So you got a great room here, but I really got to go." And he points out, he goes, "Looks like you already did." So since the operation, I've been through some change in my life. My body has changed. Since the operation, I've gone back in time. Because life is a cycle. Remember, you start out wearing diapers. And then when you get older, you end up wearing diapers. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm wearing one right now and I'm very comfortable. To me, having that on is a certain freedom because at any time, wait a minute. At any time, I can just go wherever I am, and I think that's a piece, so I like that. But it's not easy being older, and I have a couple jokes about older people. I don't like to say seniors again. One gentleman sitting having dinner with his friend, he goes, "You know, my wife's an angel." The other one goes, "Really? Mine's still alive." An older couple comes out of a restaurant, they walk past the wishing well. The husband takes a quarter and he throws it in the wishing well, and he makes a wish. His wife throws a quarter in, she falls in and drowns. And the husband goes, "Wow, it worked." An older gentleman is walking through a large department store. He walks up to a beautiful woman and goes, "Excuse me, could you talk to me for a few minutes?" And she goes, "Sure, why? What's the problem?" He goes, "Well, I've lost my wife, and whenever I talk to a beautiful woman, she appears out of nowhere." But at least he had the desire to get her back, right? Now I see that we do it. Looks like we got a couple couples over there. You guys in the back, up against the wall. You guys are a couple. She looked over at him to see who I'm talking to.
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping. That's all right. He's saving up the energy. So, are you guys married?
Nope.
No. Just living in sin.
That's it.
All right, good. Look, she's rubbing his hand, trying to make sure he doesn't pass out again. I had a couple last week, they were sitting right up front, they were holding hands, and I said, "Are you guys a couple?" And she goes, "Whatever." I said, "How long have you been together?" She goes, 54 years. I said, "That's pretty good. How long have you been married?" And she goes, 4 years. I said, "So you knew each other for 50 years and then you got married? What made you rush into this?" And she looks at her husband and says, "We were waiting for our spouses to die." You never know. All right, now it is November. We got Thanksgiving coming up. And in every month, people have birthdays. And that's something you should be proud of. Never, ever be ashamed of your age because you made it. Remember when you were little, you wanted to be older? You ever meet a little kid, you say, "How old are you?" "I'm 5.5. "How old are you?" 10 3/4. And then when you get to be 40, you want to be less? "I'm almost 40. I'm going to be 50. Be proud of what age you are now. Do we have any birthdays? Anybody celebrating a birthday in November?
Yeah.
All the way up against the wall. And your name, my dear?
Ruth.
Ruth?
Yeah.
And when is your birthday?
November 13th.
November 13th, so it was last week.
Yeah.
And how old did you turn, Ruth?
14.
You turned 14. Very good. All right. And this is your lovely husband?
No.
Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
How long have we been together?
I love the way she keeps looking at him for an answer. He's half asleep. He doesn't even know where he is right now.
Sort of 10 years, sort of.
10 years? All right. Well, it looks like you're still in love. That's very good. Congratulations. And where are you from originally?
Me?
Yes, you.
Chicago, Illinois.
Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago.
That was LA.
Chicago. He's LA.
He's LA. Do you see the way that he chimed right in? Oh yeah, well, I'm from LA. Everybody's so proud of him. I did a convalescent hospital. Everybody was in wheelchairs. 29 people. Half of them didn't even know they were in the room. And I'm talking to people, and I said, all right, whose birthday is it? She said, I'm 89. I'm from Los Angeles. Over there, a lady says, yeah, well, I'm 93. I'm from New York. And the other one goes, yeah, well, LA's better than New York. Yeah? No, New York's better than LA. And from the back of the room, the lady goes, I'm from Chicago. Shut up or I'll kick both your butts. So that's good. Now right here, you got a birthday this month? And what is your name, dear? Your name is December 19th? That's an interesting name. No, what's your name? Marjorie. And your birthday is next month, and how old will you be?
2 years old.
You'll be 2 years old. Well, I've heard people regress, but that's really far. So 30, 40, 50, somewhere in there? Yeah. All right, see, don't be ashamed of your age. Don't be proud of whatever it is, because you made it. Think of all the younger people that aren't here. Be happy. And where are you from originally? Where are you from originally? Where did you grow up?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Wow. Cold up there, huh? You missed the snow? Yeah. She said, so she went like this. Yeah. I grew up in Philadelphia. I don't know if you guys have ever been back east where they're covered with snow. I hated that snow. I can't tell you how many times I would go out of the house to go to work, and you walk out and you got to try and figure out which pile of snow has your car under it. You go out there as you scraping the snow off, you go, nope, that's not my car. That's not my car. And then you're wiping off another car and somebody comes out, hey, that's my car. I can't tell. They all look alike. I don't miss it. Or what would be worse, I remember growing up when I was like 18 years old and the snow was like this high, and I went out and spent 4 hours digging out the driveway to the house, digging that snow out so we could get the cars out. Then a snowplow came down the street and pushed all the snow back into the driveway. It's too cold if you can see your breath. That's the way I look at it. That's why I love it here. Now, do we have anybody else? Any other birthdays? Anybody on this side? No? Anybody else celebrating? Anybody getting married? Anybody pregnant? Anybody happy because you're not pregnant?
Anniversary.
Got an anniversary? All right. And how many years?
41 on the 25th.
Oh, and what is your name?
Dee Dee Martin.
Dee Dee Martin. And who's this lady you're leaning against?
My mother.
I had a funny feeling, because every time you said something, she would go, yes. That's my daughter. Where did you meet your husband?
At high school. I was 14 when I met him.
Wow. You married somebody from high school and you're still married?
And I was 17.
You were 17. Wow, do you have a drinking problem? No? Good for you. It's like my daughter, she's seen so many drunks on television. She once said to me, she said, Dad, I will never drink. I don't understand why people would want to get more stupid than they already are. None of my kids drink. None of them drink. None of them smoke. Because I do a lot of shows with Alcoholics Anonymous, and they watch how unhappy these people are. They go, I don't want to be going to these meetings anymore. So I'm very happy with my kids. Yeah, do we have any questions? Anything you guys want to know? No? Anybody need to go to the bathroom? Just want to know so we can wheel you out. Or you can just go while you're sitting. That's okay. Well, I got to get this jacket off. As beautiful as this jacket is, it's very, very warm. So I'm going to take it off now. Ladies, I'm going to take this off in a very dramatic fashion. So please do not get excited. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
Is that too much for you? I just got a couple hearts restarted. Yeah. Well, maybe we should do a little bit of singing. I think singing is good for you. As I said, it's all about keeping the heart and the brain working together. Keep that blood pumping. Singing is very good for you. Do you guys ever do karaoke here?
No, of course.
No? I mean, would you do, if they got karaoke, would you guys go down and sing?
Sure.
3 of you?
Whatever.
We do? Alright, yeah. Singing is very good. It keeps the lungs going. The lungs moves the oxygen in your brain, and that's the key. You gotta keep the pipes open. So we're gonna start out with a song that you all know, and it is called When the Saints Go Marching In. It's basically when the Saints, or when the Saints, or when the Saints go marching in. I want to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. Ready? Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Everybody, here we go. I wanna be in that number. Hey, hey, when the Saints go marching in. Keep it going, here we go. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number. When? Real loud.
When the saints go marching in.
Very good. I applaud you. That was great. And there were actually some people singing harmony back there.
Yeah.
That was great. I love it when we get more than one voice. That's terrific. All right, well, let's see. Maybe I should pull out my special little friend.
Oh, great.
This is my other baby, my guitar. Now, I started playing guitar when I was 16 years old because I realized that the girls love guitar players. I'm watching. Half the women are going, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I'll show you what it is that the women like. It's not so much everything. It's just one simple thing. They'll be playing and they'll stop to do one thing. They'll be playing, they'll be going. And they'll stop and they'll go. And women love that because it's emotional. Women love emotion. Men try to be logical, women are the emotional side. And women like it because a man is up there emoting. Also, it's actually painful. It cuts into your fingers when you stretch that note. And that's why guys make that face. They go. And I think the lip is actually attached to the string. Because when they stretch the note, it goes. So I started playing guitar a long time ago. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do another song. This one you may remember. It's called... Hi, my name's Kurtz. Good to be here. It's called Zippity Doo Dah. You all remember that one? So just jump in when you're ready. Zippity Doo Dah, zippity hey. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity Doo Dah, zippity hey. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's not the truth. Everything is satisfaction. Zippity Doo Dah, zippity hey. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. You did great. See that? You didn't even need me for that.
No.
You're still independent. I don't care what they say. You can still do it if you want. So never, ever, 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 never give up, never give up, never give up the ship. All right, now, I'm going to do my big closer. This is a little bit of blues for you. I love the blues. If you want to dance and you don't want to get up, put your hands out in front of you. Extend your fingers and pretend your fingers are the Rockettes. Everybody try that. Put your fingers out and dance with your fingers. It's good exercise and it keeps your fingers working. Well, some of you aren't doing it and some of you won't move. lot of the people don't want to get into the groove, but some of you were dancing. Look, she's got her hands in the air. Yeah, I got me the blues. Some people just don't care. Well, a couple people are sleeping. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I guess they were watching my show and they said, I'm bored. I'm gonna take a nap. Wake me up when the show is done. You gotta get out of your rooms if you ever wanna have some fun. Well, my name is Perry Kurtz. I do it till it hurts. I get up and I do it, try not to do worse than I've ever done before. I try not to get bored. I get up and I do it, then I do some more. Yeah, I got me the blues, and it's all about you. Well, the lady over there is tapping, she's playing on her knee. I'm trying to tell you every little thing I see. Yeah, I got metal blues. That's what I got today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I get up every time, I never know just what I'll say. Take it, guys. Give the drummer something. I don't have a drummer. Yeah, we're down at Sunrise here in Westlake Village. I'm up here trying to go crazy and still not pillage, but I'm glad you guys came down from your rooms to see my show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, really, I have no clue. I don't know. Now everybody help me out. Go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Go now, yo, yo, yo. Go now, ho, ho, ho. Go now, ho, ho, mo. Go now, boogity shoot. Not bad. The gentleman came and he's helping her because it looks like she's ready to leave. She says, I can't stand this stuff. I really can't conceive this thing. Could you move your chair a little bit? We're trying to get her out so she can go back to her room. She says, I gotta go, man. I can't sit there and listen to this guy play his tune. I really gotta get out of here. Yeah, I gotta go. And she's gone out the door. I guess she listened, but she said, I just can't listen to you no more. Well, that's it for me, folks. I'm glad you came down. My name is Perry Kurtz. I hope you had a good time. But I really gotta go. That's all I know. I'm glad you came down to see my show, but it's really getting late and it's time for me. It's getting kinda late and it's time for me. It's getting kinda late and it's the time for me to... What? Go! Go! Whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you. I've been Perry Kurtz. Thank you. Please take care of each other, talk to each other, and never stop moving. Have a good day.
Thank you, Gary. That was fun, huh, you guys? Yeah. Yes, it was wonderful.
Show's over. It's safe to go back to your rooms.
We want more.
I'm doing fine.
I'll be right back.
You ready to
We
eat?
want more.
It's time to go back. Shirley, let's wait until we get space.
You're still going. You're
There
welcome.
ain't no garden no more. No more.
Thank you.